Welcome to the Essence of Spirituality podcast. I'm your host, Apostle Michelle. Join me as we explore the depths of our souls to strengthen our divine connection, discover that the answers to life's questions lie within our peaceful sanctuary. I will share a channeled message, a modern parable from Jesus, and a guide us on connecting with our divine essence. Welcome to a journey inward. So, thank you so much for joining me in the next episode of Essence of Spirituality. I hope that you are able to strengthen your spirituality with whatever message I have for you today. All right, shall we go and get started? So, what I love to do is start the podcast of sharing a channeled message. And it really depends on when you hear the word channeled. A lot of people tend to go, "Ooh, that's a little scary. That's a little woo woo," but it's really not. So, whenever I channel, I sit in quiet, I meditate, I listen, and sometimes I don't even know what I'm going to draw. So I really listen to whatever I'm being led to. And I always start it with, please give me information that will help the greater good and help me paint something that will give us a message afterwards. And it's so amazing that after I do that, everything comes together. Everything is just so spiritual and it's all connected. And I'm going, well, how did I do that? So a lot of people don't realize that a lot of artists, a lot of ministers, a lot of priests, anybody that connects into their soul actually channels to the divine. So, or your spiritual team or the spiritual world. So that's where it's all coming to. It's all in the intention. So I'm going to go ahead and further ado show you the painting that I channeled and also the message. So let me go ahead and share that with you. And if you are listening, I'm going to share with you what it looks like. And if you're on YouTube, you have the picture right there in front of you. So, what I did first is I really felt like all of these rays of sunshine, it's almost like spiritual sunshine, I guess you could say, is coming towards somebody in the middle. So, there's actually a person who is meditating in the middle of it, of this picture. Okay. And so all of the energy, all of the spiritual energy is coming towards this person, giving this person love and light and just that spiritual connection. And all of the spiritual rays are, they're yellow, they're red, they're orange, so there's different colors. And the person who's meditating, you only see an outline of their soul, which is golden light, I guess you could say. So let's go ahead and I'm going to read the message as it was given to me. As you experience your spiritual journey, know that you are connected to Source and that Source is within you. Don't look for answers outside of your soul. All of the answers to your questions are within. Trust the information you receive. The divine made you in their image. You are a part of the divine plan. Trust yourself and the process. Learn and enjoy your spiritual journey, Annie. And the reason why that name came to me was Annie, and she's helped me before. And again, it's not really in the name because whoever I channeled this message with and was a part of, this spirit from the spiritual world will come from different names, in different lifetimes or whatever. She is known for different ways to reaching out. So the name is not important. So, hope that you enjoyed this message and I hope that it resonated with you. So, I'm going to move on. And the reason why I always say that I'm going to pretend Jesus is alive now, again, I am not trying to convert you. I am just telling you, Jesus was such a loving person. He was a role model of how to live life. and to be trusting in the faith. And so that's why I feel like it's really important to receive messages from Jesus. So if he was alive today, what would he say about connecting with the divine, connecting to ourselves? Well, I have made a short story. If he was alive in a bustling city with all the chaos and all the technology, and what he may say about it today, how we can connect in and find our authentic selves and find our higher selves, and also to connect in with the spiritual world. So enjoy the story. A divine connection, rediscovering God's image within. Once in a bustling city filled with the noise of technology and the constant hum of progress, Jesus walked among the people. As he wandered through the crowded streets, he saw men and women engrossed in their devices, seeking answers to the mysteries of life from the vastness of the internet. Their eyes were fixed on screens, their minds entangled in the digital web. One day, Jesus gathered a group of people in a modern day square, surrounded with trees and beautiful flowers. He began to speak to them in a language they could understand. Listen to me, brothers and sisters, Jesus said. In the beginning, God created humanity in his image. He breathed life into you, and his divine essence resides within each one of you. The people looked at each other, puzzled, wondering how this ancient wisdom could be relevant in their technical, advanced world. Jesus continued, you spend so much time searching for answers outside of yourselves in the vastness of the virtual realm. But I tell you, the answers you seek are not in the screens that captivate your attention. They are hidden in the noise of information overload. He pointed to his heart and then to the hearts of those gathered around him. The truth lies within. God's wisdom is etched in the very core of your being. You carry the divine spark within you, and you are always connected to God. The people listened intently as Jesus shared a parable. There was a man who had a powerful computer capable of processing a vast amount of data. One day, he realized that the answers to his questions were not in the digital realm, but within the core of the machine. He had to access the inner workings to understand its true purpose. In the same way, my friends, you are like divine computers. Instead of endlessly scrolling through the external world, take a moment to turn inward. Seek the stillness within where the voice of God whispers the truth of your existence. The people pondered words, and a quiet realization began to settle within their hearts. They started to disconnect from the constant stream of information and turn their attention inward. As they embraced their silence within, they discovered a profound connection to the divine. They realized that the answers to life's questions were not in the chaos of the external world, but in the peaceful sanctuary within themselves. And so Jesus walked away, leaving the people with a newfound understanding that in this modern age, as in the ancient past, the image of God resides not in the external, but in the depths of the human soul. All right. So, yes, I hope that you enjoyed the parable and the story. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give you some tips of the trade on how to connect in to yourself, connect in with the divine so that it becomes very easy to you. All right. So, let's go ahead and look at the very first one. The very first one is meditation and mindfulness. And yes, meditation is so difficult for so many people, but you got to remember when you meditate, there are different ways of meditating. There's the meditation when you are in a dark room, you're closing your eyes, you're sitting up straight so that your chakras can line up, and you are breathing, you have that breath work. You're trying to clear your mind. Okay, that is one way to meditate, but it doesn't work for everybody. If that fears you, you can always do guided meditation on YouTube. They've got tons of guided meditation. So that way you're listening to something as you meditate and as you breathe. There is so many other different ways that you can meditate, and it is by maybe getting an adult coloring book. And so when you get the adult coloring book, it's almost like your subconscious gets out of the way and you're coloring and things may come in. That is a form of meditation. Or sitting at the park, listening to the birds, just taking things in, breathing, and really accepting what comes in. That is another type of meditation. So find something that works for you. Reflective journaling is so important. And I know it is so difficult to do, okay, because we're so busy. But just what you can do is before you go to bed at night or when you first wake up in the morning, reflect on what is going on in your life. And what I love to do is maybe a month later, look in my journal to see how far I have come. And so it's amazing at the things that change or things that you look at and you go, oh, you know what? I don't think that anymore. All right. The next one is prayer. So praying is very, very important. And if you praying is almost like talking to, you know, that there's something greater than yourself. You can also be talking to your higher self. You can be talking to God. It's just so many people will pray differently, and that is okay. You got to pray what is good for you. And whenever you're praying, you're also calming down your heart rate, you're breathing, and you feel like you're not alone. It's almost like having a conversation. Okay, so pet lovers, whoever has a dog, okay, it's almost like when you talk to your dog and the dog's just kind of looking at you and listening, and you're just raving or whatever. You can feel that love. Well, you can do the same thing with prayer. Once you connect in, sometimes you can just feel that love. And if you don't feel anything, it's okay. It's just a way to communicate what you're feeling at that time. So, nature connection, again, is so important. And trees and plants and being out in the woods, you can feel that energy if you just listen to how your body is feeling, how if you're feeling all the energy that is around you. So becoming one with nature is so important because Earth is alive. Earth is a part of nature. You are a part of nature. Okay. So being a part of nature is so important, and that connection. So if sit in nature, go find a huge tree and hug it, because when you hug a tree, the tree will give you that energy, that nurturing that you need. And so it is, or have flowers. For some reason, I need to say you have flowers from the grocery store on your dining room table or something somewhere in your house that you can smell it. That's still being a part of nature. All right, another way you may want to be able to connect in to the divine into yourself is self reflection questions. So, really self reflect. Think of yourself, well, what is my purpose in life? Do I know where I'm heading with that? And how can I make myself more love and light? So self-reflection is almost like a goal if you're reaching your goal, but don't make a goal because sometimes it kind of adds more anxiety. So just reflect on where you are and see if you are where you need to be. If not, think about it, meditate over it, and move on. Acts of kindness and compassion. Oh my goodness. So just smiling at somebody that you don't know, opening the door from somebody, those little simple acts of kindness will actually make you feel better, or volunteer for an organization that really needs people to help others. And so being able to do that, you can see God's work. You can see the divine's work. You are the divine, and you're actually showing people, you know what? I am love, and I'm going to spread my love and try to help people become better, not be as lonely. Know that I am here for them. And you might surprise yourself at how good you feel and how much more you love yourself. Now, silent retreats. Now, women, Now, I don't want to say just women. Some men are the same way that just cannot stop talking. Okay. So it's really important to go to silent retreats, spiritual silent retreats. Sit in silence with a group of people, and it's amazing. You'll not only feel like you're not alone, but you can feel their energy as well. And so sitting silently with other people, or even if you're at a retreat and you need to sit kind of apart from everybody, that is still, such a wonderful experience to have. So mind body practices. This is whenever you need like self-care, all right? Self-care with your mind, body and soul. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. Are you exercising? Are you being able to refresh your soul every weekend? Are you having fun? Not working all the time? Are you getting plenty of sleep? Those are the things that you need to really have, because if you are not life balanced, if your red chakra, your ground, or if you're not grounded, you're not going to be able to really increase your spirituality and really connecting with the divine. All right, study sacred text. What does that mean? So, study sacred text just means do your research. Go out there, see how everybody else is doing spirituality. Look in the history. Look at different religions. And I think what's interesting about doing that, looking at different religions, is that you get to see, the history of it, the way that it's shaped, what people believe in, and it may surprise you. You're going to learn a lot. And from different religions, different places around the world, how they look at spirituality. Just look at the different sacred texts. It really opens up your mind to what else is out there, because it kind of leads into the next one: community and spiritual fellowship. So you want to find your community, people that believe in the same things that you do. And again, you can kind of get stuck in that box if you get in the community and spiritual fellowship, and then you don't really look and see, well, what other people believe in. So that's why you need to study other sacred texts as well. But spiritual fellowship can be very important, just to come and, talk to people that believe in the same things. And then if you find a group too that really don't believe in the same things, that's another way you study sacred text, is you get opinions, you learn from other people that believe in different things, but you try, don't get your ego involved, because when you're talking to somebody that doesn't believe in the same thing you do, don't get your ego involved. They're in a different spiritual journey. They have different spiritual beliefs. They have different religious beliefs, and that is okay. All right. So get that ego out of your way and just learn from it and really feel inside. Ask again those questions, self reflection questions. What do I believe in? What really feels good to my soul? And what makes me feel more spiritual? So I hope that this episode has really helped you out, how you can connect, because all of the answers that we always need, all the earth questions and problems that we always tend to have, the answers are within you. God made you an image of him. And so you are a part of the divine. And so you can find the answers within. And if you need help from angels, you always ask for help from angels or from the spiritual world. You can do that. But again, most of the answers that you are looking for are within your soul. So I want to ask you this question: what are you going to do this week to increase your spirituality on your spiritual journey?